Hello. In a bit of a rush today, but I had some time, so I played a few matches. Some of them were okay. I think there's a Blue Eyes player that DC'd because he royally screwed up the combo. And then there was a Sword Soul Tenyi player that I like Sword Soul Tenyi, but if you play Protoss in it, I don't like you, and he just Protosed me all 3 games. And when your whole deck is Light Fiends, even if I had the God Hand where I had like Casper and then Cross Dom, it's not gonna matter because, well, he just already called Light Fiends. I have to stop him from doing it on the next turn, in which case he can get it back. So it's like, anyways, the deck that will be used today is this one. I have since made some changes to it because I'm getting so sick and tired of having these one-ofs, man. Like, having the in-archetype one-ofs it's okay because, like, oh, cool, I open them occasionally and it's not that bad, it usually helps. But these two, it's like, if I open this, it's usually against someone that has enough negates where it's like they can just negate it because it doesn't stop them from negating this. And if I open this, it's like, the best thing I can do with it is try and draw 2 to see if I can get something better, or steal back a card that they stole from me. So, I also changed the side deck. So if we look at the actual deck after this, these two are still here because I'm trying to figure out what I want to do, but I just got rid of all the Charmies in the side. The side is just super poly, targets for it, and I got a second Crooked Crown because there's been a few times where I'm like, I kind of wish I draw 1 copy of it, just in case my opponent has some form of interaction for my first Musket name. 2 more copies of Fiendish Deal for decks that are a lot of, like, destruction. Just protect my guys is usually pretty nice, plus it searches a card when it dies. And then a second copy of Doc in the side. I'm actually trying to use Doc more, and you'll see in today's video, it really, really helped me so much. So let's get to that. Got Fire King. Once again, changing the game speed. So this guy, I have no idea skill level with Fire King. I'm still in silver, so maybe he isn't the best. I really don't know. Regardless, we opened somewhat of an okay hand. If you remember from looking at the list, in the main deck, there is no hand traps. Like, no imperms, no ash, nothing. I hate just using cards on my opponent's turn 1 that just functionally read, start with a smaller hand. I'm tired of that. I'd rather just have my full hand. It's a real big shame we open Lacrima, because I hate to normal summon her, or have to special her from hand, but well. So, they go Fire King Island, pop the old Phoenix, and get Courtier. They're using this, which I'm like, what the heck is this? And it bins a level 8 Pyro. I'm like, okay. And the Pyro they binned, this card is so awful. But for them, it effectively reads draw 1 every turn. Because they now pop this with the Courtier that they activated to get the Grunix. This will then trigger Engrave to summon itself and draw a card, and Grunix will trigger to summon itself. Then Grunix will trigger to destroy the Arvada. Arvada will trigger, get back Old Phoenix. They use these 3 8s to go into Coach Trainer to draw 3. So it's like, okay, they got a Nibiru, nice. They have a Fuelos that literally doesn't matter. And they get the Fire King Sanctuary to protect this, which I'm like, okay, well, no bother trying to touch this thing then. They can just protect it and plus off of it. I draw Talents. I'm like, maybe I could use it. Depends on what they have. So because I've learned from my own, like, teachings from a previous recording of I'm just not going to try and do the thing where I put it in their zone anymore unless I know what it is. Because if this is imperm and I activate a spell here, I get royally cooked, so it's like, ugh. So I go Starfire. Here's a real good thing about Crooked Crown. You can go Crooked Crown and not summon, so you still get to trigger it. Then I get Caspar. So then I go Fiendsmith, because I want to get tracked. And then from here, I make max, because I do have a counter trap for this, but I do want to see if I can get something else too. Look at this, and I know he has Nibiru, so I'm not trying to summon a lot. I've already summoned 1, 2, 3 times. So if I can help it, I don't want to play into Nib. So instead I get Cross Domination and Dancing Needle. So I go Dancing Needle, and I wanted to banish his Guy Engrave that gets him draws, the Grunix old and new. Because I know the new one triggers Engrave still, and the old one, like, I think that card's needed for some stuff, so I'll just banish it because he's playing as a 1-of. Caspar trigger, get the pop. Go Battle Phase, pop Courier, then go Tract, main 2. I'm going to pitch the triple attack because I didn't use it, and I'm adding Dock because with Crooked Crown, I'll be able to summon it next turn. Which I actually could have summoned Dock this turn, I realize. Like, I could have summoned him this turn, I believe. Yeah, the turn I searched him, because I didn't use this to summon. And it would just be my 4th summon, and then I could use Dock to do something. Like, I could pop the Fire Monster with Desperado on this turn, get back Dancing Needle, and then I have Dancing Needle in hand, and I'd search Desperado back. But oh well. Learn for next time. They go All Mirage, they make Fire King Island and pop the All Mirage, which I'm like, okay. Get Garunix. Garunix triggers, summons himself. On the effect of Garunix, I wanted to chain Desperado to kill it. Now, unfortunately, I played my cards really wrong here. I should have done this immediately. Just target, like, had I done the other play, I'd have a Dancing Needles here. So then I could Dancing Needles cards in the grave here instead of a pop. Which then means I could wait a little bit, because I could Dancing Needles the card, this Kieran here. Which means Kieran will trigger to summon a card from hand or grave. But then I can banish these 2 from grave and all, like, the Kieran as well, just to get it out. So then he has to summon a resource from hand. And then I would get back Desperado, assuming he didn't pop Dock with it. So, nah. So he had Ponix in hand. I get back Dancing Needles. He gets Ponix on field. He has Courier on field. He pops the Crooked Crown, which was like, alright, go off. Searches Skyburn, but I have a negate for that, so it doesn't matter. Pop the Ponix to get Kieran. Kieran effect, pop the Coach Trainer. Then go make Garunix. And I'm like, welp, I got a Cross Dom with your name on it, buddy. They go Skyburn to pop it so it'll still resolve, and I have Last Stand. Cross Dom will trigger here, and I get back... I'm getting the card effect protection, just in case of something else. So, play comes back to me, because I can't do anything. I draw Fiendsmith. In draw phase, I Dancing Needle, and I target Ponix, the big Garunix, and I think Kieran... Or I think I get Skyburn here. No, I didn't. Oh, wait, I didn't. I got the, Kieran. So then I trigger the Dock here to get back the Last Stand for the spell trap they have. They go Engraver, they go Ash. I'm like, okay. I know they still have Nibiru. So now I go Lacrima, send a Sanct, so I can get that back in case a Fiendsmith dies at any point here. They go Engraver, and then here, Chaos Angel, baby. They go Skyburn to try and pop it because it'll get to revive stuff, but I have the Last Stand. I searched. Too late for that, buddy. Then I go Caspar effect, get Cross Dom, switch to attack. It's okay. 12, 14, 35. And then, as soon as it comes to my ability to play in draw phase, I activate this in Dock, use Dock to get Dancing Needle, and then Dancing Needle I have as a form of interruption towards their grave. They go Fire King Island, pop the Fuelos, they add it off Coach Trainer, they get a Kieran, and that's just game. On to the next game. This hand was one of those where it's like, ah man, if only the Lurie was another name. Because Crooked Crown plus 2 names actually is really nice. So this one was a lot simpler than I expected. It was just pop the Fire Dude and the Kieran, and then set 2. So I have 2 crossed on. It's a shame to get 2 of it at the same time, but we'll manage. I decided to not do it immediately with Casper. I'm like, I'll go into max, and then I'll summon 2 to get Casper Doc. It's like, okay, yeah, then now I can use my stuff here to get whatever I don't, like, I use second back last. Unfortunately, they have Torrential, and I'm just cooked here. They get to draw their card, I have nothing I can do. They get Fire King Sanctuary into the field spell, which they pop an All Mirage with to get Garunix, then go Garunix effect, summon itself, and pop a copy of Arvada effect, summon out the Kieran from grave, make the Photon Caesar, and they had a Bahamut just for good measure, and 25, 25, 36, I just surrender. Game 3. It's a okay hand. They don't really have any monster effects on board that I have to worry about that much, but I still keep in the card just because I wanted to put in Super Poly, but like there's not really a good Super Poly target I have for this deck, because it's like fires, but then some are beasts, some are beast warriors, some are wing beasts, and then if they add on other cards, I can't really count for that, so it's like I'd rather just keep this because it does something. Like, it's a card I can activate. So, they go Perulia, which I'm assuming they went Perulia because they thought I would choose to go first. But yeah, so now they go Courtier, pop Ponix, get Garunix, Garunix effect, summon itself, pop the Kieran effect, summon Ponix, pop Courtier, Ponix get Sanctuary, Courier get the OG Phoenix, then go Sanctuary for Fire King Island, Fire King Island pop Ponix to get Ponix, Ponix summon, make IP Masquerena, make Promethean Princess, make Kieran back, and then they ended on Amphibious Swarm Ship Ambler Whale. And then so they got Ambler Whale, a Promethean Princess, and they're gonna get Ponix back to their hand during standby. Well, I top deck a Caspar, so I'm like, okay, I'm feeling a bit more comfortable with this hand, but I also had Tract anyways. So go normal summon, activate Tract. I'm gonna purposely get Fiendsmith so I can maybe get a Sank. So Caspar, search Dancing Needle, and now I can make the max and summon out. I make the max so I can summon out the Doc and the Kid Brave. See, coming up, I can pitch Kid Brave here. They didn't go for Promethean Princess here, but had they gone for Promethean Princess, I could have, like, they would target Ambler Whale and Max, but then I just go Dancing Needles, target her so she doesn't summon back, target IP so Ambler Whale doesn't summon that back, and target Garunix so that Garunix doesn't come back. So I go Dancing Needle here, get Kid Brave to pitch 2, I draw Sanct and another Caspar, go Sanct to Doc Zone to get the token, Doc get back Dancing Needle for next turn, token to make Requiem, Requiem for Lacrima, Lacrima send Fiendsmith, Requiem to Lacrima, make Necro, do the Fiendsmith trick to get Sanct, then draw a card off Necro, draw into a Desperado, Fiendsmith, summon itself. I was kind of worried, like, oh, what if they're, like, toggling a Nibiru, because I know they played Nibiru. So I'm like, oh, I can still do lines. Caesar here to Desperado to pop the Ambler Whale. I didn't really realize Ambler Whale can target neither grave. I thought it was only their own, so I'm like, well, whatever. I probably should have just Caesared this to win on this turn, but I was a bit worried, because I was like, oh, I'll just Caesar the Ponix, but they got to chain block it. So some of my Requiem, summon their Ponix, they search Skyburn, I'm like, oh, that sucks, but I have the last stand for that. Use Max and the Kid Brave to make Sequence. Sequence using all Musket names besides one Fiendsmith Engraver to make Desiree, then make this into Agnonday, send the Fire King Island pop the board. Ambler Whale here gets to pop my Caesar, which does suck. I don't have lethal anymore now. but I still get very close, because Doc is 14, this is 18, and then Desiree goes to 46, 200 off. So freaking close. The sequence to put on the Desiree so he can't be targeted, and then I just end turn here. So I wait for standby phase for them to activate Eponyx, so then I can banish that Eponyx since they already used it now, and some other cards. And then Dot triggers, I get back Desperado, so now I have a Spell Trap Negate and a Pop. And I still have Desiree too. They go normal, they make Typhon, and before they can Typhon, I'm just Desperado that. And that's game. Bit of a shorter video in comparison to the previous few I've made. It's only 15 and some change this time. I really like Fire King. I have the structure in real life, so I could technically play it in real life, but I don't know how to play it. If you enjoyed this video, I'm glad. Please make sure you drink some water and have a good day. I gotta get to work now. Later!